Craig Reynolds. The off season is almost over. So question number one, Craig, first of all, good to see you. I want to know, were you on the AJ Ouellette or the Trevor Harris diet in the off season? And are you willing to do a shirtless photo for us to show the results to get things rolling here?
Great to see you, Maz. Starting off with the hard-hitting questions I see. I can confidently say neither of those programs, and there's no way in hell. Yeah, there's no way in hell you will see me shirtless anytime soon. I don't even like looking at myself shirtless.
I know. When we had Trevor on, when we had Trevor on and he was describing his diet, I was like, okay, that doesn't sound like the way we live our lives. And then you see the pictures of AJ, and I'm like, all right, well, making a guy feel bad for sitting on the couch, maybe eating one too many Uncrustables. How you been? Rookie camp's a week away. Draft yesterday. Is this the best time of year for you and everyone on staff?
It is. It's the most exciting time of year, and it really kind of starts with Combine. Like, for me, Combine is the point in the offseason where I'm like, okay, football is right around the corner. But then when you get to this week and the draft and the dog's breakfast, like, they're always the same week. And you get up here to the U of S, and like, we can see it right now, and you see the field where 1 week today they're out. The rookies are out with the quarterbacks. Like, the first time Jake Mayer is going to be in a Rider uniform. The first time Tommy Stevens is going to be in a Rider uniform. So it's just great. Like, you recognize football's right around the corner, and it's exciting.
Yesterday was an exciting time, and I was going to say that a lot of people saw you sitting next to Coach Mace and Jeremy O'Day. They tried to explain to me the amount of work that goes into that draft process, and I can't imagine the data that they go through. But what's it like being there?
It's exciting. I'm a bit of a draft junkie. Like, I really love the draft. And I love just the opportunity it presents for the kids, the excitement around being there. I love sort of asking the guys how the players we drafted reacted when they get that phone call. But I can't tell you how much work they put into it. I kind of come in there and they give me this worksheet, and that's kind of, I take a look at all the prep they did to do, not only, on the player side, but looking at what other teams' needs are, where they're likely to go. Like, it's just, and it starts right now. Like, they start flipping to the next year's draft class, and our video guys do a great job, but the amount of man hours that goes into that is really, really impressive.
One of the things I noticed, you guys were really busy in the off season, and it's looking after the fans on the field, and you came out with some great initiatives. And one of them that I really, really liked is the watermelon pack, where you get a ticket to the home opener and a ticket to the Labor Day Classic. And what was that, like $78? Like, an incredible deal. And you get the opener and you get the most important game of the year. How important was it for you guys as an organization to say, okay, listen, we get the world's different. The economy isn't what it once was. We want people packing Mosaic, and we're doing our part. Where did the watermelon pack come from?
Yeah, I think really because we've got two really anchor games this year. And, it's not very often you get to kick off the entire CFL season. So that first game on June 5th is the start of the season. Our new commissioner is going to be there, and it's the start of the 2025 CFL season. Not only just the Rider season, the entire league season. So it's pretty exciting. So you combine that with the excitement around and Labor Day, and we thought, can we package those two things together, make it affordable, so that we just get people out to those two anchor events and really make them big events and like you said, Maz, pack Mosaic.
I think it's really neat is I had an opportunity to be a fly on the wall when it was discussed how much engagement the fans have with Saskatchewan Roughriders. And what I mean is that you listen to the fans that come out and enjoy the game day experience, and you're always asking, how can we make this better? And one of the things that I've heard loud and clear was there's a lot of people that love that you brought the Flex Pack back.
Yeah, the Flex Pack was something that we kind of went away from, and really in the lead up to the new season, the new stadium. Pardon me, and transitioning that many season ticket holders, there were reasons, but it was such a popular, the flexibility of something like that, where you can choose 10 games and you can take 2 people to five of those games. You can take 10 people to one game if you want to take everybody to Labor Day. So just the flexibility, given time commitments nowadays. I know time is a challenge for fans, and so we thought bringing that back was the right time to do that, and the response has been incredible. And so yeah, now it's just about re-engaging and telling people more about it, about the flexibility, and seeing the results.
Well, I think one of the things, and we all know this, being Saskatchewan people, sometimes you have company that rolls into town. Hey, there's all of a sudden there's 8 of you. Well, we're going to the Rider game. Well, geez, what are you going to do with these tickets? You buy that, and then everybody goes home, and you're back to you and your bud that go to the game, and so there's that. Now, I saw in the notes pre-show. We'll go to single game day tickets. There's a special announcement coming on Friday. How much can you tell? Like, what is happening here? Because I'm intrigued. What is happening on Friday? What's this going to be all about?
So first, it's the on sale. It's single game on sale, 10 a.m. So you get tickets to any game. Labor Day, is always super popular. But like I said, we're kicking off the CFL season. But we're also, in advance of that, on Friday, we're also going to announce our 2025 theme games. So how we're going to theme and present each game differently. We're going to announce that tomorrow, and hopefully people get excited about that and can pick their favorite theme and their favorite game and get ready for another season of football.
Okay, I'm excited for that already, but there was a lot of excitement when Curtis Rourke's name was called. My phone blew up after I was able to recharge it. What response have you heard?
Yeah, same thing. Like, people are excited, and he's an outstanding quarterback, let alone a Canadian quarterback, but he's an outstanding quarterback. You see that with him drafted in the NFL in the 7th round by San Francisco, and so that was very neat to be a fly on the wall in the draft room as they were kind of doing that analysis and determining when was the right time to maybe consider Curtis. And I think Jeremy said yesterday, there's risk with it, of course, right? But the reward could be huge, and just an exciting player. And it's just exciting that he's potentially could be a Saskatchewan Roughrider at some point.
Craig, in this offseason here, Craig Reynolds is joining us on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline here on the Sports Cage. In this offseason, with the success the club had last year, have the expectations been raised now to its Grey Cup or bust because of the team and the roster that's been assembled and the coaching staff and just everything's in place now? Is it Grey Cup or bust? The bar has been raised?
I would say that the great thing about Saskatchewan, the expectations are always high, no matter what. Right?
Yeah.
And we want that, right? You want that. You want to play in a place where they expect you to compete for the Grey Cup every single year. And that's the goal. And that is the goal every single year. But last year we were finished in second and hosted the home playoff game, and we're at the West Final. And so I think naturally your expectation is we've got to get over that hump. The expectation is to compete and be in that Grey Cup game. So I think that's the expectation every year, Maz, and certainly the expectation every year in Saskatchewan, and we'd have it no other way.
Maybe a bit of a two-part question from me. We're here in Saskatoon getting ready for an opportunity to benefit student athletes at the University of Saskatchewan as they raise funds for the Husky football program. 1,400 or 1,900 or some 100 are going to be here for breakfast tomorrow. But it's also a week away from when we are going to take over their facilities, we being the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and bringing camp back to Saskatoon. Why is it so important to be involved in that? How exciting is it to come back for camp this year?
Yeah, first I will say they are the best hosts. Like, the facilities here are top notch. We in some ways take over the entire campus in many ways because it's sort of just school, regular sort of spring semesters over, and so we tend to take over the entire campus. But at the end of the day, we're the Saskatchewan Roughriders. It's important for us not just to say that, but to live that. And one of the ways we do that is being present in communities throughout Saskatchewan in the off season with our players, doing community work, and really proud of what our guys have done this off season. But the other way that we do that is we have a significant presence up here in Saskatoon. It really starts today with the Dogs Breakfast. I just saw Corey walk in and Jo walk in, and tomorrow's gonna be great. We're gonna have a pretty major announcement tomorrow at the Dogs Breakfast around funding through the 50/50 for the Husky program. It's really important for us to be present here and have a meaningful presence, and doing that via training camp is just, it's really important to us.
Craig, you mentioned community, and one of the things the Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation has done is, when you guys announced that you're buying, what's the number, all of the new football helmets across the province, and you're like, all right, there's a lot of great work being done. Pigskins and Punchlines for the Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation is Friday night at the Ramada Plaza Hotel in Regina, starring Kelly Taylor. You would have never thought football and comedy go together, and I don't know whose idea this was, but it was successful last year. You looking forward to Friday night and this happens again?
I am. It's a great series of events here. We're at this reception tonight, dog's breakfast tomorrow, and then, as you mentioned, we've got pigskins and punchlines on Friday. It's a great event. It's a very casual event. The comedians are always excellent. Most importantly, though, it raises money for our Winwood Wellness program, which is getting our guys out in schools, talking about mental health to students. Over the last couple of years, we've hit over 40,000 students with that, and so that fundraiser is one of the key fundraisers that help support that initiative. And Maz, I'm glad you mentioned as well just the foundation work with the helmets. And yeah, over 1,000 helmets we're delivering to communities across Saskatchewan, over 120 communities, working directly with Football Sask in terms of how can we make an impact, given what our fans did to support the 50-50 last year, which was incredible. The biggest amount ever going back to amateur football, $1.8 million, strictly due to our fans and their support of the 50-50. And so to be able to purchase 1,000 helmets and make sure kids playing football are doing it in a safe manner is just really, really impactful. And we're really, really proud of the work the foundation's doing.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention May the 10th is Green and White Day up in Saskatoon, where we are right now. So if you're anywhere in the neighborhood, plan to come down for an afternoon of fun. It's going to be a great time. But for those 1,000 helmets, I'm sorry to jump all around in our conversation, those helmets aren't just destined for Saskatoon and Regina. They're being spread around the province. And with the CFL Draft, a half dozen kids from Saskatchewan are going to get an opportunity to live their CFL dream next week. What does that mean to grassroots football?
It's huge because it gives them something to aspire to. When you see a kid from Big River, get drafted into the CFL, right? It's not just, like you said, Regina or Saskatoon. And that happens every single year. And the one thing I will say about football in Saskatchewan, we punch well above our weight. Like when you look at on a per capita basis, our population, and that's flag, that's tackle. Like you look at Saskatchewan teams, always in gold medal finals, whether we win the gold or we finish second. Like we are always there, and so that just translates, that football culture and that support of football. Given helmets is one way, supporting Football Sask is another way, supporting the Huskies, supporting the Rams, Thunder, Hilltops with dollars. That just helps, right? It helps with scholarships. It helps give these kids a path to play football at the next level, and then hopefully get that opportunity to be drafted by the Saskatchewan Roughriders or another team in the CFL like you saw last night.
All right, Craig Reynolds is with us. We got about 30 seconds left. Stuart Johnston announced as the new commissioner of the CFL. He was on the show last week. What an impressive guy. Watched him last night on the draft. Is the word impressive, and this is just me as a fan because I never knew of Stuart Johnston, is that a good adjective to describe him as a person and as a professional?
It's funny, as I was driving up here, and I was like, I bet you they're going to ask me about the new commissioner. And the word I landed on was impressive. And so that's exactly the word. He is an impressive guy. His resume is impressive. His skill set's impressive. I had my first meeting with him actually yesterday, and his knowledge already of the CFL business was very, very impressive. So yeah, he's just an impressive guy. I can't wait to get to work with him and get to know him a little bit better. He's excited about being here in Saskatchewan for the home opener. I know that for sure. And he's just an impressive guy. And on the draft, the other thing that was impressive wasn't his announcer voice. He's kind of got a Dave Thomas announcer voice going on there, which was also impressive. That's high praise. If you got a Dave Thomas announcer voice.
He was killing it.
He was killing it.
And we'll wrap on this. If Jay McNeil and the Stampeders can have the Stampede Bowl, we need the Pilsner Cup, Mr. Johnston. Whatever it takes to make that happen somewhere during the season, the Pilsner Cup needs to be created.
Maz,
somehow, some way.
I'm gonna take that back to our team. I like the way you're thinking there. The Pilsner Cup, we can work with that for sure. That's not a theme that's going to be announced this year on Friday, but stay tuned. Maybe next year, maybe 2026.
Craig, you may have more than a few people that would sign up for the focus group to test the product before the trophy gets made. That may be, you'll get everybody to vote for that, and we'll leave it at that. All right?
I'm looking at our head coach right now. He might sign up to be part of the focus group.
Craig, it's always great having you on. Everybody in Rider Nation is excited. Like I said, from where we were last year to the feeling this year and the draft yesterday, outstanding. Have a great night and a great dog's breakfast tomorrow.
Thanks,
Awesome.
guys. I really appreciate it. We're excited and ready to go.